Welcome back, everybody, to the Japanese Grand Prix. This is Commentators Corner, and if you haven't watched the Japanese Grand Prix, go back and watch it. Otherwise, the result will be ruined for you. But at the end of the day, I don't know why you've tuned into Commentators Corner first before watching the race. Anyway, enough about that. I'm joined by Andy in the commentary box, and we're just about to invite some drivers. Unfortunately, Andy, this is the part where you'll be cut off because I now have to invite all the drivers. So. Unfortunately, you can probably just say whatever you like. I'll have a look. Let's see who we're inviting then. It's always awkward, this part, because everyone can hear me scrolling through, but it's just, you know. One more name I just need to find. Where are you? It's a problem with having so many friends now. I say that like it's a bad thing. But anyway, so yeah, we'll have people joining into the commentary booth. Andy, let's quickly reflect on the Japanese Grand Prix then.
Yeah, brilliant race, some fantastic action through the field, passes into 130R. I really enjoyed LMFC's pass around the outside of, I think it was pole, into the first Egner turn. That was a really good move. Some fantastic driving all the way through the field, but Blizzard obviously taking another victory once again. But Lambo holding on to his championship lead, but Paul gaining a couple of points on him, which could make all the difference at the end of the season come Abu Dhabi. But yeah, really good race. If you haven't watched it, obviously jump back and watch it. So I've obviously just spoiled the winner at least anyway for you. But no, some really good stuff, really close racing, as there always is on TTL.
Yeah, there was definitely enough time for people to tune out if they hadn't watched it, so I'm not going to put that down to you. If they've spoiled the race for themselves, they've spoiled it. Anyway, enough about that. Let's hear from some of the drivers then. The first person to join us on Commentators Corner then is Steph. Steph, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, Gary, not too bad. How's you guys? How you doing?
Yeah, we're okay. So, yeah, 10th place in that one. You had a good battle with the Gort then, towards the... Oh, sorry, with Ollie there towards the end. Yeah, just talk us through your race then.
Going for the start, it's like, got a decent start. I've been practicing starts with a new setup, so very grateful for that, and it done its justice. I was just going side by side with the Gort down into turn 1. I just kept on the outside, knowing that Gort was on the inside. I was just thinking, right, as soon as I get out of turn 2, I just got to nail it by the time turn 3, starting for the S's. Got through that, and then literally just following the back of Spike, Siege, Ollie, all that long, massive train at the start, which was going on for quite a while, until I was literally following up with them, and then obviously one point came real close with me, Spike, Siege, and Ollie having a little cluster. Got through that, and then obviously a few laps later, I was still hanging on the back of Spike, being consistent, matching the same pace as different compounds, and then come through 130R, went a little bit wider than I wanted to. Next thing is obviously wheels on the Astro, and I thought, okay, I got the car stabled. Next thing is the car just wanted to violently go because it was on the Astro, and just oh crap, not what I want. Reduced the damage to a minor front wing damage, which didn't help me much. So I thought, okay, just get one lap going just to see where I'm at, and obviously I had the C3 on the back of me. So I just thought, yeah, I'm not going to let him pass no matter what the cost. And then obviously decided to go in the pits. Came back out, and I'm just knowing, right, on one medium, I've got to push this right to the end, no matter what the cost. Pushed it all the way through. Then come up to Sean and Ollie. Obviously, they were both battling light E as well at the time. Made a quick work for Sean, got through him down the main straight before turn 1 using DRS, which was happy days. And then thought, okay, let's just go try to track down Ollie. And then literally just caught up with Ollie eventually. Obviously, I had to wait to key point to see where I can go for an overtake on him. Being respectful and everything. And then thought of a chance, right, go down to turn 1. Going side by side, thinking, have I got the move stick? Thinking, have I got enough clearance? Managed to get through into turn 1, and just literally try push on, knowing that Ollie behind me was getting penalties, and he was putting me a good amount of pressure, which is no problem, and I handled it. And I know he had a penalty, I had a penalty, so it was a case of trying to extend the gap. So I got enough gap as a buffer. So if I do pick up another one, I don't lose out. I was so close, but I managed to get in the end and got P10. I'll take the point for it, but here's what it is. So.
Yeah, a point is better than nothing. I mean, I bet you weren't expecting a point after the incident just before the Casio triangle, as you were talking about there. Just talk to us about like what it takes then to just sort of regain your composure and fight back through the field again.
Well, it's like like any mistakes, it's just like easy done. It's just a case of just knowing where your pace is and just like hitting the laps like quality, even though if it is the case like you're on the slowest tire going, but you know it's more doable enough and you can just push on as much as possible. It's just literally just keeping your own morale up and just thinking anything can happen up ahead and just people dropping out. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy, any questions from you?
Actually, no. You covered it.
Cool. There we go. Obviously, anybody who's watching,
a good point.
Anybody who's watching, don't forget to put some questions into any of the 4 drivers we have. We do have Steph, Spike, Z3, and Blizzard in the basic the press conference. If you want to ask them a question, we'll relay that to them. But for now, Steph, we're out of questions. Apart from US Grand Prix, talk to us about that one. What do you expect from it?
The US Grand Prix, the track, one of my favourite tracks. I like and love it so much because it is a mixture of like Silverstone at the start, mixture of the turn 8 of the Turkish Grand Prix, like just like reversed. It just really flows, so you know you can make any moves and overtakes anywhere, and it will just make it work and stick. So. I just love the track so much and just love to drive around it. It's just one of my best performances I had on that as well.
Yeah, great stuff. And where would you expect to finish then? Where's your target?
Try to see if I go top 10 on that. I'm not going to try and pull off miracles on like the last time when I got P2 on the grid. About at least, I think it was a season ago or two seasons ago. I could be wrong, but yeah, managed to get like a good result out of there, so I'll take any results going on there.
Yeah, great stuff. Well, thank you for talking to us, Steph. If we get any more questions, we'll sure to relay them to you. But
no worries.
I don't know if they're going to be about a 9-stop, but I can't guarantee that.
I heard a little rumour, Mr. Kirby.
Oh, go on. What did you hear?
Yeah, I heard a little rumour about a certain birdie told me that you were going to end up playing another classic race involving my 9-stopper.
But you know what? You know what we'll have to do. You'll have to tune in on Monday and see if that's the race we cover.
Just be warned in the comments about in that one. I will not be impressed.
It's certainly a record-beating weekend, but not for the right reasons, anyway, Steph.
Just you wait, Kieran. Just you wait.
Oh, absolutely, I will. Anyway, thank you for talking to us, Steph, and we'll see you in Austin.
Well, indeed.
So next up we have Z3. Z3, how are you?
Not too bad. Did I hear anyone mention Steph and a 9-stop?
I don't think you did, Z3. I think you might have to mention it again.
Oh.
Z3, I'll advise you, that's it.
Sorry, Steph. Somebody always have to. It's always have to be me.
So Z3, that didn't look like an easy race for you. It looked like you lost it coming out of the Casio triangle. Just talk to us about what happened.
Well, I mean, like, had to start at the back after that quali ban, so like that was fine. Didn't expect much then, but I tried, and in the end, I just thought that can't let Matthew have everything, so gotta try to take that fastest lap away from him. And I managed to do that, and well, I crashed. When I crashed, I was going for one last lap, and I just pushed it as far as I could out of the exit leading onto the start-finish straight, and well, I pushed it a little too much out of that corner. Spun the rear and hit the pit wall.
Yeah, we saw it just as Blizzard was driving through to take the checkered flag that you looked like you lost a rear tyre there. So you looked like you just went through backwards.
Yeah, I mean, I lost my front right tire.
Oh, okay. I must have seen that wrong on the stream then. I might need my eyes tested.
Pretty sure I did at least.
So obviously a tough race ended with that tough result into the wall there. Just talk to us about the next race then in Austin. Do you have any better hopes for then?
Can't we get a good track soon?
Yeah, well, what would you define? Are there any for you then, Z3? Are there any good tracks left on the calendar?
No. Well,
That was the Kimi Räikkönen answer. No.
Yeah, no.
Austin, Mexico is alright, but like there isn't any good tracks for me left now. So Austin, I don't know. Would be nice to finish. Maybe stealing another fastest lap.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be a delight to Blizzard then if you take another fastest lap away from him.
I know what it's like taking fastest lap from away from him. It was so sweet. Go back to Austin. Just go back to Austin. It was so sweet. Ain't that right, Blizzard?
I'm pretty sure we could find it as a classic race. You never know. Anyway, so Z3, obviously no points scored today. Do you still think you can make any more points this season? See if you can catch Steph up, because Steph on 47 now. You're on 32. Is Steph a realistic target for the rest of the season?
Nah, not with these tracks. I don't think so. I don't think I can catch that many points on him on the tracks that are left.
So
many of those tracks are just a matter of surviving for me.
So it's safe to say then you've already started to focus on season number 12.
Yep.
Well, we still have 4 races to go then, Z3. I hope we'll see you at all of them. Good luck for the rest of the season, and we'll see you in Austin.
Well, thank you, and you know you will see me in all the rest.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the next person we're talking to is Spike. Spike, how are you?
Hi there, Max. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. A question here actually comes from Blizzard in the chat. Why did your pace drop off mid-soft stint?
Why did it drop off? I don't think I set the car quite to my liking, to be fair. That was about the pace I had, really. To be fair, the other thing, I don't think doing a medium to soft was a particularly good strategy in the end. The soft tyre doesn't hang on as well as the medium, so the delta's not that big, and the guys ahead of me, quite frankly, probably had a couple of tenths in hand just in general lap time. So after 4 or 5 laps, I didn't really have an advantage after that. And then, I was teetering around the rear tyre temperatures as well. I had a couple of. What on earth is that? Yeah. So what's going on there? Anyway, so that was pretty about the pace of the car, to be fair. The pace of me, should I say.
So, could you say the problem rooted rooted in qualifying? Obviously, you qualified in 11th place there. Did that have a big effect on your eventual finishing position?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you start 11th, it's much harder to win. I think it was Ollie and, like Steph said, Ollie and Siege were battling like crazy, and basically it took ages to get past them, and obviously to be very careful not to use my front wing a couple of times. Got very close to losing it, so yeah, it just took a bit of time to get by them. So by the time I'd caught up with the rest of the guys, it was kind of had the best out of the mediums. So, but like I said, I don't think it's the best strategy. I probably should have gone soft medium, to be fair. Refreshed off at the beginning.
So was it always your intention to qualify on medium tyres and see how they lasted? Because even if you started outside of the top 10 there, you still started on a fresh set of medium tyres. So that looked like it was always the plan, but just wasn't meant to be today.
Yeah, I decided to go for a medium quali lap. It was a decent lap. Just I think if I hadn't made a small mistake in sector 1, I probably would have been P7. Instead I was P11. So, but it doesn't really matter. Like you say, I did think about starting on softs, but I went for the mediums. And also I think it's just the pace. It was just the pace I had. I had good laps and consistent laps, but the guys ahead of me also had the same with the mediums. So, you know, the 2 or 3, maybe 4 tenths I had in hand to start with went away quite quickly.
Yeah. So, do you have optimism for the rest of the season? There's 4 races to go. You've dropped points in the leaders again. How confident are you of keeping up with them in the last 4 races?
Well, I just didn't have the pace round Suzuka. I'm not as quick as the other guys. That's a fact. So I'm not disappointed with the race. To be fair, that was where the car deserved to be, where I deserved to finish. So 11 to 6 it was an alright result. It's obviously not compared to the other guys. Wasn't as good as their results. But like I said, I just don't think I had quite had the pace.
So we come to the American Grand Prix next. Like it? Hate it? What's your feelings?
I don't mind Kota. A lot of people don't like it. I don't mind it. It's okay. First sector can be difficult on invalidation, but apart from that, I quite like the track in general. Plenty of opportunities to overtake.
And surely you'll be expecting nothing less than a race win. Is that right?
I'd like to win, but there's a certain elephant in the room sitting in here right now who's definitely quicker than me. So if he's about, then I don't think I'll be getting anywhere near the win. So we'll see. I think I'll have to stop messing around with qualifying on harder tyres. Just go for the. I was concerned about the rear tyres, and I did change my setup for the race, or should I say, for this particular race, to try and protect the rear tyres. And I think that just took too much lap time off my setup. So like I said, the car wasn't quite where I wanted it to be. But we'll see at America.
Well, I'll hand over to Andy now, see if he's got any questions for you.
I did until you nicked it.
I'm just too good today.
It was about the qualifier. If it was always the intention, that was the one I was going to come up with, but you stole it from me. So, unfortunately, again, I'm coming up short right now.
Don't fight over me, guys.
Oh, we'll try not to.
It's not worth it. Trust me.
Well, thanks for talking to us, Spike, and we shall see you at Kota.
Will do. Take care of yourselves. Thanks, guys.
And last in Commentators' Corner, but by no means the least, Blizzard. Question from none other than Z3. How... It says disgusting, but I think I need to change the word. Just how gutting is it to be robbed of the fastest lap, as Z3 put it?
Well, it's quite annoying when you try so hard and get a 10th off on mediums. And then on the supers, it's quite painful.
Well, yeah, it put a dent in that perfect weekend for you. Pole position, race win, but not quite fastest lap. So, just talk us through then the Japanese Grand Prix for us. You look like you were pretty much in control of the entire race.
Yeah, it was really just about getting good qualifying, which I did, and then get good start, which I also did, and then I just controlled the race from there. And then LMFC had a really good pace at the start, just the tyres were dying. And it's really simple from the pit stop, really. You had to make like two overtakes in that entire race. So ever since I made that second one, it was just strolling around until I tried to get back to fastest lap.
And well, I mean, let's face it, you were pretty much in control. So, are we expecting to see you at Kota then?
Yes, most
Ooh.
likely.
Okay, so obviously you'll be going for the race win then, no doubt.
Yes, I like it.
I've got an interesting question for you then, Blizzard. You've added another 25 points. You've scored 90 points this season as a reserve. That's going to put you just behind Light E there in 6th place, I believe. But obviously, it's been a tight season in TTL. 4 championship rivals still remain. If you had to pick one of those 4 to win the championship this season, who would it be?
Lambo.
Just for the points difference, or throughout his performance in the season?
Points difference, pace, and performance in the season.
Because obviously you two last season had a battle almost towards the end, but obviously you say that Lambo deserves it then.
Yes, I think everyone gave him a good run for his money, but I don't think anyone could stop him from now.
That's interesting though, because the gap's I think 27 points if I'm right, so it's not over just yet.
I think. Poe beat Lambo, didn't he?
Yes, he did, and he was also
Poe
third
was
in the
second.
champion.
Oh.
Yeah, so Poe was second, but he was third in the championship. But yeah, no. So he's still got a way to go then, 4 races to go. Can you still see Lambo winning it then?
Yes.
Andy, over to you. Do you have anything?
I do this time, actually. You never stole them. Blizzard, the man of few words, as you seem to be, my friend. The first one I've got quickly is you did set until Z3, who's in the chat saying how gutted would you be losing the fastest lap at Kota again, but you set that lap you did on, I think it was 16 lap old tyres at the point you set it. Did you feel there was still plenty of grip in the tyre there? As you say, you just coasting around and taking it easy at that point.
There wasn't much grip in it, but I actually did a faster lap on the last lap, which wasn't fast enough for the fastest lap.
Never spotted that. So there you go. So finding that. The other bit was qualifying. We seen you do 2 attempts at a fastest lap and pull into the pits afterwards. Were you just not happy with a lap, or did you invalidate it halfway around? Because I think it was only the 1 flying lap you got, and you took the pole quite spectacularly.
Well, I cut Decna 1 both times, so it wasn't really much point trying to complete the lap.
Nah, I can understand, because we caught that on the stream and we were trying to figure out what was going on, but that obviously makes a lot of sense. But another win, and at least this time I was correct, because I said you'd win today, so there you go. But Kota next time, is obviously you said that you're going to be there. You're obviously going to be going for a win. Z3's gunning for that fastest lap off you. Is that a track you enjoy at Kota?
I don't enjoy it necessarily, but I'm fast around it. It's kind of like Abu Dhabi for me.
That's a daunting prospect for anyone. It's a track you're not keen on, but you're fast on it. That's going to be the most discouraging thing for anyone else listening that might be racing, surely. But no, great win again. Congratulations one more time on another pole and another win. Well done.
Oh, they're teasing me, are we?
Is this a warning signal for next season then, of what might be?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see when next season comes around, won't we?
Absolutely we will. So then we'll hopefully see you at Kota then, next time out.
Yep.
So then, all that remains, Andy, is to wrap up the stream. An interesting Japanese Grand Prix, battles throughout the field. I'm pretty sure we've had a good one today.
Yeah, it's been another interesting race, another action-packed race throughout the field as well. Couple of incidents, obviously mentioned a few times with the one with Jay and Squeezy especially. It'll be interesting to hear anything from the drivers as to what they feel. Jay's already had his comments in the main stream about it. But good racing most of the time. LMFC some brilliant passes as well. He had some good pace, but Blizzard just showing that he's just got that little bit extra and takes his third win, as you say, as a reserve, 90 points. That must be, you've only done about 4 races, I think, roughly or so, but that's just phenomenal. So it could be a shot across the bows for whoever ends up being the champion this season for next season if you do go full time. But brilliant race, and really looking forward to what the Circuit Say America is going to bring us on Thursday night.
Absolutely, you can join us for that with the stream starting at around about 7:55 GMT for the US Grand Prix, and with 4 races to go, with 4 drivers still in the championship hunt, it's not over yet until that final checkered flag falls in Abu Dhabi. I for one cannot wait for this one. It's going to be our title showdown, possibly right down to the wire. And you can watch it all here on TTTV. You can also watch TTFL happening on Fridays, commentated by our very own Steph. You can watch him for around about 8 PM GMT. You can also watch TTL F2. There you go. Get my letters right. Every Sunday, 2 races back to back. Runs the same schedule as TTL F1. So we'll be racing in Japan first, and then the US after. 25% races back to back in 2 separate streams. And well, as to when the next classic is, well, let us know what you thought of the first one. Go back to that video. It was premiered on Monday, seen as a live stream, so you can comment on those results. And of course, winner of that one was well, actually, you can go back and watch it. I won't say who the winner was. In the meantime though, Andy, hopefully you'll be joining me on Thursday.
I will be joining you on Thursday, so I will be back with you one more time. I'm hoping to make Thursdays a wee bit more of a permanent thing, depending on how job stuff go. But all going good, I'll be with you most Thursdays, and I'll be with you hopefully next Tuesday as well, before my own league starts back up, that I usually do on a Tuesday, so you should have me next week as well on Tuesday as well as Thursday. Lucky you.
Lucky me, lucky us. But for now though, thank you very much for watching the mainstream and Commentators Corner. I've been Kieran McGinley.
And I've been Andy Campbell.
Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.